make sure that your shin is touching whatever you are seated on very completely. Usually there is a gap at the bottom of the shin between the shin and the floor. Minimize that gap. Which means rather than try to make the top of the shin or the knee heavy, make the ankle heavy. Almost like you are lifting the knees up. Which means if you were actually going to lift the knees up, it is the bottom of the femur that stretches more than the top of the femur. It may be challenging to lift both the knees up like that, but go ahead and lift your left knee up. Attempting to stretch the back of the thigh, lift it up. So your foot is anchored. From the foot, pull the knee forward. And try to do that without gripping eyes, ears, tongue, throat. And come down. Thank God for 2 legs. Lift the second leg up, stretching the front of the shin, but lengthening the back of the thigh. And come down. Now, invariably what happens to almost everybody is when you lift the knee up, the pelvis goes back. You want to prevent that or at least minimize it. To do that, bend slightly forward, fold slightly forward, bringing the hip bone forward. Without taking that hip bone back, lift the left knee. Look at me, I didn't say you do this. Watch. Don't go sideways like that. Stay centered. Right knee up. With the hip bone forward, right knee up. Give me these blocks. Put a blanket or some block like this under your knees and lift the knees up. So rather than simply stretching the quadriceps, which you automatically do when you're sitting Virasana, stretch the shin more, stretch the front of the foot more. So generally in Virasana, the hamstring is not stretched. For most people, there is no stretch on the hamstring. By lifting the knees up, stretch the hamstring. So with my hands, I push the floor. If that's not enough, if my arms are not long enough, I put my hands on a couple of blocks and lift the knees up. As you lift the knees up, fold forward. And I said, lift the knees up, meaning lift the shin and the femur also near the knee. Don't lift the top of the thigh. Drop the top of the thigh down and lift. So again, you're lengthening the leg. And don't hyperextend your elbows. And now that you are very good at it, instead of one, put two blocks under or put a blanket on it. But fold forward into it. See that you are seated on the very front of the sit bones. If you bend forward this way, if you fold forward this way, the tendency is to decrease the space in the groin. Lift the hip bones up, increase the height of the trunk, lifting the hip bones up, lifting the rib cage up also, and fold forward. I'm hoping that you haven't eaten a very big breakfast. Then you are doing a forward fold, not a forward bend, forward fold. And if you can, if you have enough gadgets near you, lift it even more. Make sure that when you're lifting the knee and putting it on something, that is firm. Don't take a soft bolster. Something firm. And then see if you can sit this way back in Virasana. Put the hands on the floor on two blocks. Lift the knees up. Release. Take the right leg forward. Lift the left knee up. This time, because your hands are free, interlock your fingers just below the head of the shin and lift the knee much more. Bending the elbows. Maximize the sense of stretch on the front of the foot. If you can, bring the floating ribs in contact with the thigh. You can do it either way, by bending forward on it or by lifting the knee. Lifting the knee more would be better. After holding it there for a few seconds, can you very slowly let go of the hand support without moving the knee from its position? And release. Second side. And again, holding that position of the knee without moving the knee from its position, release the hand support. Dandasana.